Quick talk, family. You know, when I came back from deployment, actually, I was like pretty lit, man. I was like really excited. Like coming back home, I just felt like, well, I had been working. Like, yeah, I'm on deployment. Of course, I'm working, And then you come home, and I was excited to work for myself because I knew I was going to work for myself. And working for yourself, you as a boss, you have to be able to, as a boss of yourself or working for yourself, you have to be able to see opportunity. Like everything is opportunity, kind of, especially depending on the business that you're doing. Me, I do all kinds of different stuff. So I was like, dang, there's so much opportunity here, even in Warner Robins, which is not the most littest city or nothing like that, but even in Warner Robins or Macon or Fort Valley, even, like, I'm like, look at that land, look at that house, I can rebuild that, I can fix that, you know what I mean? Like, that's money right there. So I was very, and I was with my family again, I was with my friends again, you know what I mean? I was very, very high energy, very like uplifted, and I liked that feeling. However, it's like a godly feeling. It really is. Like God wants us to be joyful, you know what I mean? And I was. But that being said, the more I always delve into my mind. My mind is literally my war zone. I feel like a warrior, but I realize now that you don't war in the physical. So you don't war in the physical. You don't war with guns and knives. You war with your mind. And that's where it's supposed to be. And that's where you win. Every time you're supposed to win. So God is up here, and then you bring him in here, and then down here everything is like what you create is beautiful. That's what it's supposed to be. And however, we all know that this world is pretty fucked up, man. People don't take care of their families. Fathers leave their kids. Mothers don't treat the kids right. Brothers don't treat their brothers right. Sisters don't treat their sisters right. So on and so on. Like we live in a pretty fucked up place. And not every, you know what I mean? Over like, as far as the news, as far as TV, as far as like life, man, things just ain't perfect. I don't think God would approve of the majority of the way that most people live lives, including myself in certain situations, you know what I mean? In certain time periods and all that. So, that being said, God is pissed. I believe that God, if he were to come down now, he'd be pissed. You act like God ain't got the control, God ain't got the power to burn this place down. He already said he was going to. He said he's not going to flood it again. He's going to burn it down. 144,000 should survive. Quote unquote, you know what I mean? That's what's in the Bible. You know what I mean? And that takes a bit of, the Bible takes deciphering, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes understanding. You have to understand. You have to take that and process it. It's like food. You got to chew it up. You know what I mean? Especially because we speak English, which is not the easiest language to understand. English is literally one of the hardest languages to learn. Spanish is so much easier to learn, and so on and so on. But yeah, man. So, and my friend told me I should have known, because we really don't lie to each other. Like, we might not understand each other all the time, but we don't, my brother, we might not understand each other all the time, but we don't lie to each other. I've been wrong. You be wrong. That's one thing. We're all wrong every now and then, but we don't lie to each other. And he told me, he recognized that I was super like uplifted and everything. He was like, "You're gonna have to come down," and I was like, "I'm gonna try to stay up here as best I can. Why would I want to come down? Like, I enjoy this. You know what I mean? I really do. It's when you're present with God, it's a blessing, you know. But God's got wrath, and that's why I be getting pissed. That's why I come to understand, like, you have to balance that out. I guess you got to come down, basically. Basically, you got to come back down, because I am here. I'm not dead yet. You know what I mean? Once I die, I can be with him 24/7, and he's with me here 24/7. But I have to. The world is what I'm creating in. You know what I mean? I am in it. I'm deep in this. I got flesh and bones and blood. You know what I mean? So, yeah. If God had his way, really, I wish I had listened to him with that one a little closer. I wish I'd have chewed on it a little more. But I realize it now. It just took a little more time. It took me, and I did, and I've kind of pushed him away. I pushed him really far away, and I didn't like tell him to leave me the fuck alone. I just I really was venting. Like I really was venting. Like I held a lot in, man. I had to hold a lot in. Nigga, I didn't have nobody to. I had a few people overseas that I really, really trusted. And really and then like the main nigga who I fuck with over there, which it was a few, but the main nigga who really helped me from the very beginning since I touched ground there in Africa, who was from California, he left like he left like a month or two before me, like almost 2 months before me, and he really helped me a lot. Like he actually reminded me of my dad. He's an older dude. He actually reminded me of my dad. But he left, and I should have and I tried to take his lessons with me. I did, cause he taught me a lot, and I learned a lot from him. And I tried to take them lessons with me or keep them with me when he was gone, cause he's like a balancing act. You know, he was like a balancing act for me because I was working so much, but he knew how to work and chill. He was very good at that. He knew, like, he was a people person to the core. And over there, I really wasn't trying to be no people person, because niggas mad weird folks in the military. Like, there's real cool people. You meet the largest variety of people, and there's mad cool people in the military. But there's also a bunch of just sheep, and we're all sheep, kind of. But there's also a bunch of just like people you don't connect with. Like, there's no way you're gonna connect with them because you come from two completely different worlds, and it would take like months of communication for people to break through. You know, sometimes people, you know, people like that. Some people that you just don't fuck with. Basically, like, I'm not mad at you, but I can't fuck with you. You know what I mean? And I had somebody over there just like that, and when she flipped the script. She was older too, older white lady. But we was cool for a minute, and then she just flipped the script, and we stopped talking. Like, dead ass, we would walk, like, we talked for a month straight, and then by the end of it, we was just walking past each other, like, we would walk shoulder to shoulder, basically, and not say a word. You know what I mean? It is what it is. She knew that she didn't understand me, and there was no point in talking, basically. But I truly believe I can get anybody to understand me. Well, when you come with a kind heart. You can't come angry. Or you can't come trying to force your hand. You really just can't force your hand. Little Jordy, stop forcing your hand, bitch.